Donald Trump today expected to record an interview with podcaster Joe Rogan, on whose program I've appeared a couple of times. Rumor is that Kamala Harris also may be appearing on the Joe Rogan program. Now, I have a little bit that I want to say about what I'm expecting from these appearances, and I want to frame it in this way. When I was on the Piers Morgan show a couple of days ago, they brought on this kid who's a friend of Barron Trump's. I forget his name. And the kid said, Trump is out there doing these long form interviews, showing that he can do it, showing that he's got it. He's not cognitively declining. His brain is great. Everything's good. He can do these long form conversations. One of the, and like, for example, the upcoming one on the Joe Rogan program. Now, I went back and I looked at Donald Trump's recent appearance with Lex Fridman. Lex Fridman is known for doing shows that are 3, 4, 5, or even more hours long, endlessly long. I was exhausted after doing a 4-hour episode with Lex Fridman. But for some reason, Trump's episode with Lex Fridman was only, I think, 54 minutes or something like that. So my expectation is that Trump is not doing 2, 3, 4, 5 hours with Joe Rogan. I think it's going to be kept short because we know Trump is exhausted. We know the longer Trump is allowed to speak, especially in these formats where it's relatively extemporaneous and unstructured, the more likely it is he says something absolutely disastrous. I want to point you, however, to Donald Trump's statement when asked about this appearance. Trump was asked something like, oh, you're going to be on the Rogan thing. Look at Trump's response. Trump said on the Brian Kilmeade radio show, quote, well, I don't know. I think they talked about doing it. And I don't know. We talked about it for a long time. And I think he's a nice guy. I've met him a couple of times at the fights. And I don't know. It's that just seems something to do. It's hard to read it because the syntax is so weird. It's no real strategy there, Brian. I do it, and I do a lot of shows, good, bad, or indifferent. I do a lot of shows and they come out good. We're leading. We won the Republican nomination in a record time, and it was the fastest anyone's ever won it. And we were doing very well. And of course, what that has to do with Rogan, I don't know. Couple of observations. Number one, I don't think Trump has any idea what's going on as far as these. I just don't think he has a clue. I think he goes where they tell him to go. And it's like, is this good for me to do? Okay. Is the interviewer attractive? Trump was once caught on video saying, or the story was relayed by one of the Nelk boys. Oh, is the interviewer attractive? Oh, okay. Well, then let's go do it. I think Trump just basically goes where he's told. Maybe more interestingly, the answer to what's it going to be like when you do the Rogan show. Why are you doing it? Oh, you're doing it. What do you think? Trump's answer about this is representative of and emblematic of what would happen if you actually gave Trump a few hours to talk when there would be serious questions asked. It would be very, very bad. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing how the Trump interview goes with Rogan. If the Kamala Harris interview happens with Rogan, I'm also interested in looking at that. My expectation is that neither is going to be particularly newsworthy. In a way that will impact the race. I'm sure Trump will put his foot in it, put his foot in his mouth. There's no doubt about it. But because, as we know, Trump is putting his foot in his mouth every day, sometimes multiple times a day, I struggle to think that the Rogan interview will really move the needle one way or the other. But I look forward to seeing it, and I hope they both appear. I've been sleeping on a Helix sleep mattress for years now. Couldn't love it more. Before Helix, I'd just buy whatever generic mattress from a store, thinking they're all basically the same. Turns out I was very wrong. Since switching to Helix, my sleep has improved. Helix mattresses are customized to your needs. I took the 1-minute sleep quiz where I gave input like my height, my real height, not like you know who, my weight, my real weight, not like you know who, my sleeping position, firmness preference, whether I have back pain, whether I run hot or cold. And Helix matched me with the right mattress for my preferences. And it's been a total game changer. My favorite part is it stays cool while I sleep. Most people don't even know what they need in a mattress. And all Helix mattresses come with a 10-year warranty. You also get 100 nights to test it out. If you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and refund your money. And they'll even remove your old mattress if you want. Right now, Helix is offering my audience 20% off all mattress orders when you go to helixsleep.com/Pacman. The link is in the description.